Hey Violet, how you doing? It's your daddy here. I hope you had a good Mother's Day, and I hope you showed your mama a good Mother's Day too, because that day's about her. Um, Today we're back in the big blue book of beginner books, but we only got one book left in this book. Can you guess which one it is? Well, can you figure out which one it is? Because you should know. Let's see, is it this one? No, we already read that one. Is it this one? Are you my mother? No, we just read that one. Is it this one? Put me in the zoo? No, it can't be that one. We read that one. That was one of the first ones we read. I think that was the first one we read out of this book. Is it a fly went by? No, we already read that one. Is it go dog go? No, we already read that one. What's this one? It's not easy being a bunny. And guess what? We've already read that one, but not from this book. You have that book. You have your own copy of that book. Daddy's read that to you in person before. So today we are going to read that. The very last book. This is the table of contents. It tells us what page each story is on. And here it is. It's not easy being a bunny is on page 327. That's 327. So let's turn there. And while I'm turning there, I can tell you that there's a new video up. It's it's marked as unlisted, so you have to click on the link for it. But it's that video I told you I was going to post. The one where you remember when I was talking about I think I can, I know I can, I will, and how when we believe we can and we try and we are determined, we can we can find out new things about ourselves. We can find out that we have untapped potential that we can tap into. We can learn that we actually have abilities that we didn't even know we had. And so when I took you roller skating when you were about 2 or 3, and you got out there on your roller skates with your little handle thingy, and you started moving your legs and going a little bit, going forward. And you said, you looked up at me with a big, big smile and you said, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. And you did it for the very first time and without any help either. You did it all by yourself. And that's one thing that that's probably one thing that you get from, well, you get it from both sides of your family, is a do it yourself attitude and a do it yourself uh ability to figure things out on your own. See, your mama's family is really good at that. They're very smart. And so is your daddy's family. They figure out how to do things on their own. And so you have that in you too. You have a lot of that in you. And so if you set your mind to things and apply yourself, you can go far. You can go very far. You just have to believe in yourself and believe that you can. Anyway, I'm gonna put the link to that video in the description of this video. It's also in the description of the original video where I was telling you about that. Um, anyway, On to the story. It's Not Easy Being a Bunny by Marilyn Sadler, illustrated by Roger Bolin. So one person writes the story, like the words to the story, writes what happens, and another person illustrates it. That means they draw the pictures. Sometimes one person does both things, and sometimes one person does one thing and another person does the other thing. Anyway, PJ Funny Bunny was very sad. He did not like being a bunny. Ooh. Can you tell he's sad? How can you tell he's sad? His ears are drooping. His whiskers are drooping. He doesn't have a smile. And look at his eyes. He's got a 1,000-yard stare. That poor bunny. He's sad. His mother made him eat cooked carrots every day. Cooked carrots. I like raw carrots. I love raw carrots, but cooked carrots, I'm not a big fan. So I can definitely relate to this. He had far too many brothers and sisters. Oh my goodness. Look at all those brothers and sisters. And his ears were very big. One day, PJ decided to leave home. Look at his home. Oh my goodness, it's so crowded. There he goes. I don't want to be a bunny anymore, said PJ. I want to be a bear. And PJ went to live with the bears. Oh my. Look, they look so happy to have him. But when the bears went to sleep for the winter, PJ could not sleep at all. Living with the bears was not very exciting. See, bears go into what's called hibernation. They sleep through the winter for a very long time. And they're very just inactive. They don't do a whole lot. So it's very boring. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear. I want to be a. There he goes. Bird. And PJ went to live with the birds. PJ liked being a bird until he tried to fly. There he goes. Oh no. He tried to fly, but bunnies can't fly. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear or a bird. I want to be a beaver. And PJ went to live with the beavers. The beavers like to work very hard. PJ did not like to work at all. Oh no. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear or a bird or a beaver. I want to be a. pig. And PJ went to live with the pigs. But the only thing the pigs liked to do was sit in the mud. Look, that's him. He's covered in mud. Ugh. Oh, looks dirty. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear or a bird or a beaver or a pig. I want to be a moose. And PJ went to live with the moose. But PJ could not make good moose calls. Moo, moo. There he is trying. That's probably what he sounds like. Bunnies usually have these very squeaky voices, like me 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 me. But mooses, well, meese, moose, moose. They're very big. They're the biggest animals in the deer family, so they have big voices, and they go. "Rrrr." I think that's what they sound like. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear or a bird or a beaver or a pig or a moose. I want to be a. Look at his face. That's so funny. He's so goofy. Possum. So PJ went to live with the possums. Possums are good because possums actually eat a lot of ticks. You know what ticks are? There's a lot of them where you live. They're nasty little creatures, and they can give you Lyme disease, and they can also give you Lone Star. The Lone Star ticks. They can give you other problems as well. Um, and they get on you and they suck your blood. But possums eat ticks, so they're very good. And PJ went to live with the possums. The possums liked to hang upside down, but hanging upside down gave PJ a headache. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear or a bird or a beaver or a pig or a possum. I want to be a skunk. So PJ went to live with the skunks. Skunks can spray and it gets smelly. It did not take PJ very long to find out that he did not like living with the skunks. Can you tell why? Look, his ears are all crinkled up, his whiskers are all crinkled up, his nose is all scrunched up, and his eyes are squinched tight, and he's got green around his mouth and his nose, and his mouth is scrunched up tight. He looks very, very, what's the word? I'm sorry, I can't think of the word to describe him. He looks like he smells a skunk. It looks like he's been sprayed by a skunk. And they got very powerful spray. That they use that to defend themselves, to protect themselves. So PJ said, I don't want to be a bear or a bird or a beaver or a pig or a moose or a possum or most of all a skunk. What I really want to be is a bunny. So PJ hurried home. The funny bunnies were very happy to see him. PJ was very happy to see them. Oh, that's all his brothers and sisters. They're all happy to see each other. That night, PJ ate all of his cooked carrots and played with every one of his brothers and sisters. He was so happy to be a bunny again that he did not care that his ears were very big. At least everyone can see that I'm a bunny, PJ said, and not a bear or a bird or a beaver or a pig or a moose or a possum or a skunk. The end. And that was It's Not Easy Being a Bunny by Marilyn Sadler and illustrated by Roger Bolin. I hope you like that story. It's a funny story. You know, that's another story. It's very similar to The Best Nest. You remember The Best Nest? They were not content. Content is a word that means you're happy with what you have. Some people never get content. Some of the people that have the most things are the least content people. You know, some people, that's why some people, they try to make more and more money and more money. But the more money they make, the more it's not enough for them. Or some people uh, do risky behaviors to get a rush out of it, and the more they do it, the more it's not enough. And some people, you know, it's a mindset and it's an attitude. It's part of our attitude. So contentedness is very closely related to gratitude or appreciation for what we have. So like your mother, there might be times where you see other people's mothers and maybe they do things different from your mother, or maybe they have more money, or maybe their kids have newer toys or all of that. But don't ever think that you'd be happier with a different mother, because you only have one mother, and that's your mother. And you know, in these stories, the main characters thought they wanted something else. They thought the grass was greener on the other side. So they looked and they looked to find something better. But in the end, they found out how good what they had really was to begin with. So they went back to where they started from, and instead of being unhappy, they appreciated it and they were grateful and they were happy with what they had. That's very important in life, to be happy and content with what you have, because nothing is promised, you know? So, and I hope uh, I hope you're happy where you're at, and I hope you're happy with what I have to give you as your daddy, as your virtual dad. Um, I know I'm not around, and I wish I could be. Um, but if I was around, I would probably stress your mama out a lot, and then your mama would be stressed out, and then she would not be as much fun when she's stressed out. So count your blessings. But this way, you only get the very best of daddy. You only get to see daddy at his best. I can give you I can read books to you. I can give you life lessons, tell you things, and tell you how much I love you. You get all my love, and you don't have to, see me when I'm grumpy. You don't have to see me when I'm upset or sad or, this or that. You just get to see the good parts. So that's something to be grateful for. Um, but, every day I pray to God for you. That's one of the things I pray for. I pray to God to protect you, to keep you safe, to keep you healthy, and to keep you happy, and to bless you. And I also pray to God that He let us be reunited, that I could see you in person again, and that I could give you a big hug, and that I can maybe take you skating again, or, read you a book in person, or, you know, uh, back in uh, before years ago, I took you to the library. It's a place with all the books. Or I'd take you to have dinners. They'd have dinners at the churches over there with all these people, uh, and you'd get to see all these people and eat home cooked meals, and we'd get to do that together. And you know, there was just a lot of stuff we could do together. But for now, um, Daddy's in a different part of the country, and I can't see you, so I wish I could, but we have this, and you can see me, and you can replay the videos so that you get to watch me read stories to you anytime you want. So I hope you're really happy about that, and yeah, I hope you had a good day today. And I hope you tell your mother and show your mother how much you love her and care about her. Anyway, I'm about to sign off. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. I love you to the moon and back. I love you to the sun and back. I love you to to the ends of the universe and back. That's how much I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye bye.